Decide for yourself. The downsides of modeling the universe as objects. What if the very way we see the world was quietly misleading us? Most of us move through life convinced that the universe is made up of things. Autonomous, enduring, independent objects. Rocks, trees, houses, people. It's a comforting illusion, one that gives structure and predictability to our experience. But behind that comfort lies a subtle distortion, one that carries real psychological, philosophical, and even ethical consequences. Modeling the universe as a collection of objects hides the truth of interdependence. When we call something a thing, we act as though it exists on its own, as if it has an essence independent of everything else. But nothing actually does. Every so-called object is stitched together from conditions. The tree depends on sunlight, soil, water, carbon dioxide, and time. The human being depends on breath, food, community, and thought. By labeling the tree or the person as a distinct object, we erase their dependence on everything that makes them possible. The world of objects, in this sense, is a world of forgetfulness, forgetting that no entity stands alone. This forgetfulness feeds the illusion of separateness. Once we see the world as made up of distinct parts, we inevitably position ourselves as one of those parts. An observer surrounded by observed things. The mind begins to organize experience around this split. Self versus world. Subject versus object. From there, alienation is born. The more firmly we believe in discrete objects, the more isolated the perceiver becomes, trapped behind its own eyes. What began as a practical framework for navigating the world becomes the psychological foundation for loneliness. And then comes the confusion about permanence. When we treat something as an object, we imply that it endures, that it can be possessed, protected, or lost. But all things in truth are transient. The language of objects freezes what is flowing. The body you inhabit, the chair beneath you, even the thought crossing your mind. All are passing configurations. To see them as solid things is to deny impermanence and, with it, to invite suffering. We grieve what we lose precisely because we imagined it was ours to keep. The ethical consequences are no less significant. Modeling the world as a collection of separate objects makes it easy to objectify, to turn relationships into resources. Forests become lumber, animals become units of production, and people become means to an end. The notion of autonomous objects enables control, possession, and exploitation, precisely because it strips the world of its living interconnection. Once an entity is seen as self-contained, it can be owned or destroyed without apparent consequence. Even in intellectual life, this worldview narrows understanding. It encourages analysis over awareness, reduction over relation. Science, philosophy, and even spirituality can become obsessed with categorizing things instead of observing all that connects them. Knowledge fractures into disciplines, and understanding fractures with it. So while the object-oriented view has its uses, it builds bridges, counts atoms, and names stars, it also builds walls. It disguises the mutual dependency of all existence behind a facade of solidity and control. And in doing so, it blinds us to the most basic truth of our condition, that everything we call a thing is already vanishing, already merging, already transforming into something else. To see the universe as objects, then, is not just to simplify it. It is to flatten it. It is to trade a living world for a catalogue of names, and in that trade, something vital is lost.